Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on factors affecting distribution strategy. Sales or marketing strategy objective is the development of effectual distribution strategies. Lots of factors govern the development of a distribution strategy. Let's understand these factors. First, locational demand. It is a distribution of demand in several geographic locations or areas. The magnitude or nature of a distribution network is heavily influenced by the dispersion of demand. Demand patterns vary from place to place every once in a while. Whereas some locations might showcase a high demand for a product, other locations might showcase a lower demand for the same. The distribution network has to continuously adapt to the changing demand patterns. Example, speedily changing markets need more efficient and frequent distribution systems to be developed. But in locations where the demand is diminishing, logistics may be retracted. Next, product characteristics. This refers to the product's characteristics like volume, value, weight, type, etc. The cost and planning of the distribution network are affected by the product characteristics. Some consumer products and most industrial products are high volume, heavyweight items. Stock of such products are replenished less frequently. FMCG products are lightweight, small, and require frequent replenishment due to their high turnover rates. FMCG products are sold more frequently as compared to consumer durables. Hence, FMCG and industrial products have different distribution strategies. Moving to the third factor, pricing policy. The price or cost element in a product is its pricing policy. Frequent replenishment of stock is not required if the company acquires a good margin through its premium pricing policies. Example, Nike shoes. But in the case of products like Dove, Lux, Tide and Surf, which are FMCG products, the stock needs to be replenished frequently due to its high turnover. Hence, distribution and logistics must be worked out on the basis of product type. In this strategy, the logistic cost of distribution is passed on to the buyer. Moving to the fourth, speed and efficiency. The speed of replenishment or delivery, accuracy, and order filling speed is referred to as speed and efficiency. These indicate customer service classification that relate to serving the customer's needs at the right time and place. Levels of customer service include warehousing, inventory of finished goods, and cost of transportation. Hence, the service speed, cost, and efficiency must be compatible with the resulting customer satisfaction. And finally, the factor of distribution cost. It is a percentage or proportion of sales that form the total cost of distribution. For the marketing department, it is a budgetary factor. Distribution spending requires periodic planning and reviews. The distribution cost for a high-value product like machinery and laptops could be 10% or less. In case of FMCG products, mainly for food products, 25 to 30% may be the distribution cost. Hence, elements of distribution cost must be examined individually for the cost to be minimum. The areas as mentioned earlier are what the company's distribution strategy depends on. A suitable distribution strategy can only be formulated for a company after taking all the above aspects into consideration. Moving on to an example of Tesla. Tesla does not operate to third-party dealers. Tesla's approach towards work is different from other traditional automakers. They entirely skip franchises with the help of direct sales, thus saving a lot of cost. This provides them with a better control over the customer's buying experience. Tesla continues that they cannot rely on third-party dealerships to adequately explain to their customers the upper hand that their cars have over conventional vehicles with an internal combustion engine. It is because of this approach towards business that Tesla faced many dealership disputes in multiple US states because of the local laws. As of September 2020, Tesla operated more than 130 stores and galleries in the US. It also has its own stores and galleries in 34 other countries. They own all the stores and sell to customers directly via the internet and also in non-US stores. Moving on to the other example of Nike's distribution strategy. Nike has discontinued its collaboration with a number of major retail partners in US. With the aim to reach customers as much as possible, Nike has been speeding up its direct sales strategy. Nike announced a Triple XX strategy, their growth plan in 2017. The company made a promise to double its cadence and impact of innovation, double its speed to market, and double its direct connections with customers. Nike has siphoned sales to its own website and networks of stores by reducing number of retailers selling their products. And this move of directly reaching the customer is part of their consumer direct offense. Direct-to-consumer growth accounted for 33% of Nike's revenue in FY20, up 3% from FY 2019. So currently, Nike has been focusing on online sales and its own shops instead of the wholesale channel, thereby bringing their cost down. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on factors affecting distribution strategy. These are some of the sources and links referred to for the content in the video. If you've liked the video, do subscribe to our channel. If you want to view these videos in an organized manner, you can visit freecourses.net, where all our videos are arranged in the form of courses. Thank you and see you in the next video.